Hey everybody, Hugh Kellenberger here. It's Dustin Dopirak. First of all, let's explain the T-shirt.
Yeah, we need to.
Before Chris Corman flies back from Baltimore to
fire you, even though he's not
to
your
fire
boss
you,
anymore.
even though he no longer has that ability. Yeah, yeah. On the back it says, "I survived." That's because today was the first annual IU Media Challenge, an event. I actually did not wear this during the actual event. I wore my own shirt, but after recovering from the event, I was looking for a new shirt, and this was the closest one.
Yeah.
And I think
it
that
happens.
made
kids, these things.
Yeah, right. The thought of walking the 15 feet to my closet and reaching up for a t-shirt, it was not a pleasant thought at that moment.
No.
After what Janae Jackson had done to me and us and everyone else,
involved.
This seemed like the best option.
Understandable.
I apologize to you, Christopher.
Anyway, so we're alive. We're here.
We are alive. There was no Tim Garl services were not required.
Surprisingly, for no one.
There were a few people, probably myself included, that were probably on the list.
They were pretty close. They were being watched.
But we all managed to survive.
Yeah.
I actually felt good with the agility stuff. That wasn't bad.
Yeah, no, I would have felt better if I would have successfully put the tennis ball on top of the cone and it hadn't fallen off.
Yeah.
I had a few mishaps. My ego hurts more than anything right now.
Yeah, well, there were two moments in which Dustin and I kind of went head to head.
Yeah.
The first was the bench press. A competition. I would say I was not real comfortable with the bench press just because I haven't bench pressed since high school. That was 9 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I didn't really want to do the bench press. There were members of my team that even less wanted to do the bench press.
So therefore you had to
Therefore, kind of looked at me like, you're doing the bench press, aren't you? You're doing it. These members will remain nameless.
Yeah.
So I went and did it, and it was 135 pounds. I got it up 4 times. It's a bruise to the ego.
It hasn't been a while. Yeah.
It's been a while, but it was a bruise to the ego.
Right.
Dustin threw it up 14.
I was feeling good about myself at that point.
At that moment, Dustin was 3.5 times the man I was.
That, though, was my peak for the day. I will say the point guards all rocked it. It was myself. My team was myself, Rick Pizzo from the Big Ten Network, Pete DePremio, workout extraordinaire from the Fort Wayne News Sentinel, Greg Rosenstein from the IDS,
yes,
and this other dude that I met today, and I can't remember his name.
That's unfortunate.
But
he's probably watching this right now, and he's
list.
Upset.
Yeah, I feel bad. He
is.
He's probably broken up, but I'd never seen him.
He's a nice guy?
Yeah, he's a nice enough guy.
Okay, nice enough. You can't even remember the man's name. You can't even say nice guy.
Yeah, okay, he's a nice guy.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm not ripping the guy. I met him for like 30 seconds. I don't have a great judgment on his character.
He was on your team. You're a terrible teammate.
Shut up. Moving on. Rick Pizzo, I think, had the most of anybody. He had 26 reps on 135.
He was pretty...
And DePremio, as you would imagine, had 18. So
he actually carried Tom Green up the stairs.
Rick Pizzo carried
Memorial
Tom up the stairs.
He's from the Big Ten Network. You're going to see this moment.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sure.
A lot.
And it's
you're going to see
Big
an
Ten
embarrassing
Network.
moment with me, too, probably, if they keep it. I hope they don't, because I don't know why they would care about what I did. But, I mean, I provided them way too good of a chance. After let's tell the next story, and then I'll...
Okay. Oh, okay. This is when I lose. The last thing we had to do, we do the weight training. We do a bunch of agility stuff. We go through a circuit, which may have been the most tiring part of the entire thing. Because it's exhausting. It's just
sadly, there were no
points
points involved for this. For all that we did, we did not earn anything.
No. Nothing but a pat on the back and a good job.
And a good job.
Frankly, at that moment in time, I didn't care about either one of those things.
No.
And so then we finish it, and all of us just want to do is lay down for a little while. And Janae Jackson blows his whistle and says, "It's time to jog to Memorial Stadium." If you ever think that normally Cook Hall to Memorial Stadium, that's not very far at all.
No.
After you do that circuit, jogging to Memorial Stadium, might as well have been jogging to Tibet.
Pretty much. It was about that, yeah.
So we finally get down there. Second surprising part of the day, nobody fell down the hill.
Yeah. I took a circular route to that. There was no way.
Yeah, I went down the hill. Ken Backoff and I were ready to go.
Wow.
And
Well, Bykoff was jacked.
Bykoff was jacked. There's no human being more jacked than Ken Bykoff for this event.
No.
But anyways, okay, so there's an obstacle course, and there are 5 parts of the obstacle course. One member of your team has to do each part. There's a tire flip, 10-yard tire flip. Then there's a board you got to push. This is surprisingly hard because the board is very low to the ground. It's hard to push, and you got to be in good position, or you're just going to slip and bust your head open.
Right. I don't know bust your head open, but you're going to slip.
You're going to slip and fall. There's a fireman carry. It's essentially 2 large bench press poles that you got to carry, and if you don't grip them correctly and don't hold them in the right spot,
you're screwed.
Right. They're going to start tipping back and forth, and it becomes a lot harder than it seems.
Yeah.
And then there's a sled, and the sled had a couple weights on it. The first thing, somebody had to grab it with the horse rope and pull it 15 yards, and then the other person had to push it 25 yards to the goal line. Yeah. Whoever did that wins. So it's the point guards, the shooting guards, the small forward. Dustin's a point guard. I was a small forward. We're going through. Jeremy Gray, I'll give all the credit to him. He was on my team. Did a great job of pulling it, doing the best he could. We actually lost the rope at one point. Didn't stop him. He just kept on pulling it as soon as it was tied back up again. But we're still running in third. Dustin was winning when Dustin got on the sled.
Yep.
And I won.
Yep. I made it 15 yards. It was gone. It was over. I had no strength left. I had no traction on that turf field at all, and I had nothing. And so I had to, I guess, tap out, tag team. Rick Pizzo pushed it the rest of the way. And I think we might have still beat the shooting guards.
You did.
We did still beat the shooting guards.
Because a media member that remained nameless actually had to be helped by 2 members of the basketball team.
Yeah, I mean, I can't, you know.
Yeah, it was tough. I would just say I got lucky.
It killed me.
I got into a rhythm. I was probably in terrible position in order to get it done. But I will as I was pushing it, and I was thinking, we're in third place, we're going to finish in third place, because if I'm doing this easily, surely everyone else is doing this easily. And I look over about the 5-10 yard line and look to my left, and I can't see either Dustin or unnamed media member.
There might as well have been a literal wall at the 10.
Yeah,
for me, there might as well have been a literal wall. Like there was nothing at that point.
And I would say
after that, I like just for penance, I carried Pete DePremio up the stairs,
which I will give you credit for. I did not carry anybody up the stairs.
Well, Pete's 140 pounds, so that doesn't really.
Yeah,
I'm only 150, but still, like, but I felt like I owed that to myself, my family, anybody I've ever known before, because I was that embarrassed. And there's probably also a photo of that. That's where go back to the Big Ten Network thing. Like, I kind of fell over in the end zone after that, and of course the cameras were right there to pick that up. And I looked at them and said, "You really going to do this?" They're like, "Oh yeah, definitely." Thanks guys. Appreciate it. Can't wait to see that.
I will remember the moment as I pushed it over the goal line, and I knew I had won, and I get up, and it was Derek Elston, Verdell Jones, and Tom Pritchard, and they all told me that I had done a good job.
There you go.
And I found out later, apparently I was the only person to actually push it the whole way through.
There was I think everybody else had to have some degree of help. So I don't know if that's.
I will just say, I mean, there surely were other people that could have pushed it through. It was just the last one.
Yeah, it was the last one, and also we all probably need to do a better job of putting our roster together for that one. You know, I think I should.
Yeah, we should put next year. It shouldn't be 5 small forwards and 5 point guards and 5 centers. It should be a point guard, a shooting guard, a small forward, a power forward.
I mean, that didn't carry the whole way, but I mean, we definitely. I have myself, Greg Rosenstein, and Pete DePremio, and I'm the tallest member of that group.
Yeah, I will say, at the end, JD Campbell said that every year he wanted to give us a piece of the college basketball experience,
and we want to do the official visit.
The official visit sounds awesome. Yeah. I will go to Yonkos. I will hang out with the basketball team and do what they do on Friday and Saturday night. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, obviously. Real quick, we got a minute left. What do you think we learned today? I mean, I know what they wanted us to take.
I know they want us to learn. I know what they want us to learn. Really, what we got is a taste of what they actually work out and what they actually do. And I think
we are impressed. I don't.
We are impressed. We are impressed. But comparing what I could do to what Tom Pritchard could do, it's a little bit of an apple and oranges discussion.
Yeah. I think what I took out of it is sort of what's the difference between a high school and a college conditioning program.
Right.
And that kind of tells you, all right, when you're looking at a high school at a college freshman, why he's not there yet, because we've been, not that we were, I was not a great athlete by any stretch of the imagination. I can't speak for Hugh.
I played football, but I was a lineman.
So we've been through conditioning programs at the high school level and weightlifting programs at the high school level. It's nothing like this.
It's not like, and that's what you could appreciate is that this is what it's going to take for Indiana to become Indiana again.
Yeah.
This is what they feel has to happen, and for them to do well and continue to keep on going, for them to become the Indiana that you know and love.
Yeah.
Not you, but you.
You guys.
You, the collective you. And apparently right now, at the moment, me.
And there's that.
I'm sorry.